Welcome back to EDH Inspired Ideas, where your journey of awakening truth and transformation begins. I'm your host, Ed Houston. Last time we walked through a tender chapter of my life, the divine dismantling. Boy, and you heard how everything I thought I had built unraveled, only to realize a real deeper truth. We saw that what felt like punishment was actually preparation. So today I want to welcome you to our bonus episode. I want to give you a tool for that journey because when the world, as you know, breaks apart, you need a way to build something new. I want to talk today is an inspired concept that really dropped into my heart. It's sometimes when I get this deep knowing, it just seems to drop into my spirit, and it's exciting and it's motivating. It's what I've been holding for you, this sacred intention forward in life. It's a story, but it's more than a story. You see, it's a frequency activation. No matter what you see on your path, it's to help you see it through a new perspective that might change just how you see your life as you go through it. I call this the mini hero's journey. We've all heard of the classic hero's journey, a narrative pattern identified by Joseph Campbell. It's the story where a character leaves their ordinary life and go on this big, grand adventure, facing challenges, and then returning home, completely transformed. Stories like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. It's Luke Skywalker becoming a Jedi in Star Wars. And my favorite movie, Neo in The Matrix, mastering the new reality. These stories and movies, they impact the entire world. But what I've come to know is that we are all on a hero's journey every single day in our lives. And so I call it the mini hero's journey. You see, it's about the small sacred moments that no one's filming, the choices you make when the pressure's on, the inner strength you find when the way is unclear. And here's the most beautiful part. In every mini hero's journey is preparing you for something greater. It's preparing you for your ultimate finale, that sacred time when you step fully into who you've always been meant to be. Now, to help us navigate this journey, I want to take a preface. I want to give you a simple spiritual framework. These are 3 key words that have guided me: trust, allow, and receive. Now, this isn't about forcing or efforting outcomes. It's not about hustling for results. When we trust, allow, and receive, we're operating from a space I call overflow. It's a place of abundance and divine alignment. It's when you center yourself and you find that love spot, maybe your dog, maybe an animal, maybe someone you love, but you center yourself, and within that love spot that hits into your heart, that's where you want to be in the overflow. It's not desperation or scarcity. So let me break this down. The first is trust. Trust from a spiritual perspective means putting your faith into something bigger than your human understanding. Whether you call it God, the universe, the infinite intelligent, whatever makes sense and resonates in your heart is completely okay. It's that inner knowing that says, I can't see the whole path, but I trust I'm being guided. I want you to picture this: a young gymnast who's been training since she was a little girl, dreaming of winning Olympic gold medal one day. She puts in 1,000 of hours of forced training, setbacks, listen to coaches, push through hard days and sweating. There's a deep trust in her training, in her preparation, and something within her that whispers, you can do this. That trust isn't naive. It's built on practice, showing up and learning every day. But see, it goes deeper than skill. It's a sacred agreement with life itself that says, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put my energy and faith. And here becomes something in my soul that knows it's right. Next is allow. Allow means releasing resistance. It's like loosening your grip. I call it like kind of letting the steering wheel go of life. Not recklessly, but just think how you let the energy flow. Like let things unfold, letting life flow through you. Now, staying on our gymnast, when competition time comes, when the pressure's on, she can't be fighting in the moment. She has to allow those thousands of hours of training in the process to express themselves through her body. She has to allow the divine orchestration to happen instead of forcing every moment from fear, excitement, or over adrenaline. You see, it's that sweet spot where you've done your part, and now you soften and let the universe do its part. Or think about a farmer. This is one of my favorite examples, because a farmer goes out and prepares the soil. He plants the seeds. He does everything he knows how to do. But when the time comes, the allowing, he can't go and dig up the seeds. He can't go check in underneath. He has to wait and allow the process of nature to do what nature does. He stays engaged, of course, in watching the weather, pulling weeds, and he does all the different maintenance that's needed to protect the actual plants. But he's allowing the miracle of growth to happen on its own time. Now, finally, receive. This is the posture of openness, arms, heart centered, ready and allowed to accept what wants to come through. Back to our gymnast who steps on the podium, holds up that gold medal, and receives the victory. She's been working so hard. Let's go to the farmer. He brings in a harvest. They both are experiencing a state of gratitude and grateful and receiving. That's the three, and that's the happy path. That's when it's really going great. But here's what's beautiful about these mini hero journeys. They're happening everywhere in your life. Maybe you're starting a new job, navigating a relationship, starting a new business, or maybe you're healing from an illness. Or like me, answering a deeper spiritual calling. Each one is a mini hero's journey. Each one, the whisper calling you forward, allowing the process to unfold, receive what wants to emerge. This makes up the first part of what I call the spiritual framework: trust, allow, and receive. But let's be for real for a moment. Life is part of duality, right? There's ups and there's downs. But what happens in life when everything you trust, allow, and receive, and it completely goes wrong? What if our gymnast breaks her leg in that final routine? What if she has to go home with no medal? What happens to her trust then? Or think about the farmer, 40 acres, whose families are depending on that harvest. He does his part. But what if just as the crops are ready to be harvested, a tornado tears through and destroying the complete crop, everything's gone? What happens to his trust then? You see, this is the hardest part of the many heroes' journey. What happens when you trust, allow, and receive, and it all goes wrong? What happens when you've done everything right and the outcome breaks your heart? You see, for me, it was my mom. I prayed, I trusted, I allowed, but the cancer still took her. See, it's in these moments like this, the emotion turmoil is real. It can make you want to slam the door on receive and trust and say, God, why? But here's what I learned. And this is the part dearing to my heart that I want to share with you. The whisper that led you here has not left you. What feels like a journey went completely wrong, you are not being punished. You are not being forgotten. You see, it's in the midst of devastation, you still have a choice. And it's in that choice you can step back and you can breathe. You can choose and listen to the call of your soul, rather than letting the external human mind drive you into a place of fear, scarcity, and despair. This gives me the most exciting part of the two-part spiritual framework. Remember, when we trust, allow, and receive, we're operating from a space of overflow. It's that place of abundance and divine alignment. That's where you will find the next step. It's in that next step you ask, what is the one thing that brings you peace today? What is the one thing that brings you joy in this moment? What if your gymnast Maybe it's to start physical therapy. Or if you're the farmer, maybe it's to apply for a rescue loan. What if you're grieving like me? Maybe it's just getting out of the bed that day. Because when you take that next step, you are not starting all over. You're continuing to go deeper. You're trusting again. You're allowing again. You're receiving again. You see, it's in those moments the same spiritual work applies. Trust becomes your lifeline. Not trust that demands quick answers, but trust that says, even here in this moment of devastation and calamity, I am held. Allow. It becomes your courage, letting life hold you when you want to fight back. Receive. Receive becomes your invitation, not just to accept blessings, but to receive the next small step, the next breath, the next moment of just grace. See, the beauty of recognizing these many hero journeys is this. You get to see that your life isn't just one big epic adventure. It's a collection of sacred transformations, each one preparing you for the next. Every challenge you face, every dream you pursued, every time you had to dig deep and find the courage, you didn't know they were all many hero journeys. And they are just as important as any blockbuster movie because they're real, they're yours, and they're shaping who you are meant to become. The highest version of you. You see, your story carries weight and wings, beautiful soul. You are on the hero's journey of your own life and your authentic transformation that blesses everyone around you. This world may never see your journey on the big screen. No one may ever film a camera at you, but make no mistake about it. Your mini hero journey matters. Your story matters. It carries weight. It carries wings, my friend. You are a unique and original piece of the infinite divine. You're enveloped as part of the tapestry of the I Am. And we need you to be the authentic you, not a copycat of anybody else, the authentic version of you. Because you are the light. You're a way shower in your own right. And your story will matter. Your story will bless many people. I don't want you to look up out there around you, but I want you to look within you. That's where your whisper is starting to roar. And as it roars, it is giving you the confidence, the insight, and the beauty of your life as a tapestry of the awesome I Am that I am. So I want you to dare to live in that, feel that, trust, allow, and receive. It flows to you, through you, in the most beautiful process. You know, in closing, the final journey is when we transition to the other side. You know, it's on that day, that's the ultimate hero's return home. And imagine when you return, the divine's there, your loved ones all around, pets, family, friends from generations and lifetimes. And they come up to you and the speech will be made. You did it. You went to earth. You loved. You grew. You remembered. That's the true hero's homecoming. As we wrap up today, I want to thank you and take a moment and ask yourself, what mini hero's journey am I in right now? Where am I being called to trust more deeply, allow more freely, or receive more openly? Your whisper knows, so take some time today and listen to it. If you're recognizing your own mini hero's journeys and want to walk alongside other souls doing this same transformational work, know that I am creating a sacred space exactly for that. It's called Inspired Ideas, Circle Community, and more on that soon. So as we close this bonus episode, I want to remind you, your story doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Your authentic journey carries the medicine everyone else needs. And speaking of journeys, our next episode marks a milestone I've been holding close to my heart. This official launch is celebrating my new book, Embrace Your Truth, Unleash the Courage Within You. In this Inspired Ideas episode special, I'll take you behind the scenes of the book's creation, the language it took me years to find, and show how the 5 pillars, which are amazing, through its pages can become your blueprint for your own spiritual awakening. If today's journey spoke to something inside you, I've created a free companion guide for this episode with reflection prompts, journaling space, and a few soul-touching quotes to help support you. You can download it absolutely free right here using the link below the show notes or video description below. Make sure you like and subscribe to EDH Inspired Ideas on your favorite podcast platform and on YouTube. This helps us get our message out into the world. Until next time, my friend, trust, rank, and honor in the whisper. And remember, truth isn't taught, it's remembered.